Welcome to Good Friday and the seven last sayings. I'm your host, Pastor Vernon Hubbard from Connecting Fellowship Church in Houston, Texas. Over the next few hours, against the backdrop of Jewish history, we focus on the final hours of Jesus, the only begotten Son of God, as he hangs on a chunk of tree on a hill called Calvary. The last few hours of his life have been intense. Jesus has been betrayed, arrested, tortured, tried, and convicted. And now an innocent man is dying a cruel and grueling death, not because of sins he's committed, but he's carrying the weight and sins of the entire world because of the handicaps of humanity. Good Friday, a day that will live in infamy, the day in which God demonstrates his love for you and for me. On the cross, as Jesus pays the price of mankind's sin, past, present, and future, Jesus never stops loving us. So listen to his words. Reflect on his final sayings and respond to his great invitation. I invite you to join in with me and seven very special guests as we present to you the seven last utterances of Jesus as he hung from a chunk of tree on Calvary. I present to you the seven last sayings.
On this cross, and I know how I got here. I'm not happy about it. Let me make it real clear. The nucleus to this message is 3 nails plus 1 crown to tell you in brief how it all went down. The reason I got here is one of pride. Some would even dare to call it all suicide. I heard the words too shouting crucify. Some folks said it's not that you're not wise, it was just your foolish pride. My foolish pride, that's right. My foolish pride led me to my inevitable demise. Yes, the pride, I was satisfied, seeing you petrified as I crept inside the places where you tried to hide, the things that you held so dear, with every hit leaving you in fear, not even caring if you ever shed a tear. With the sickness and slickness of my hands, I made things disappear. You not even knowing of my presence or plans to snatch the very thing that you love with just these 2 hands. You've heard the saying, once a thief, always a thief. Truth be told, I wasn't the Indian, I was the chief. But before I go any further and desecrate, this time I have to delegate to shine some light and elevate the decisions you've made turn reprobate. This seems like the proper time to instigate, to make you think about what you've done, and for retro's sake. Go ahead, take a moment, I'll wait. I'm trying to set you free, but you don't seem to get it. My arms are stretched wide. I admit it, I'm guilty. Yes, I did it. You've made mistakes too, embarrassed to admit it. I've made mistakes that I thought I escaped, took things from folks like a pirate. That made me the first mate. Oh, but I wasn't by myself, see. I view things the way they should be, not for fiction, but for reality. Like the other thief on the side of me, not the one in the middle, but next to him on the tree. I remember him like he remembers me. It's crazy how both of our actions brought us to such tragedy. Even though I treated life as a joke, I didn't go through without hope. I heard about Jesus' miracles, signs, and wonders. But as much as I messed up, I often wonder if he knew I even exist. But how could he ever love me, someone like me? I'm mud to Air Force Ones, ketchup stains to an all-white shirt, a dirty diaper, if there's anything even riper. I know I'm no good, but I gotta pay the piper. I've heard prophecies of him being born to set us all free. Heard him feed 5,000 men besides women and children. Boy, that would have been a sight to see. He walked on water, cursed a tree. His amazing birth from a virgin. How can this be? The same one born to grow up to save a sinner like you and like me. I'm not sure what's more painful, me nailed to this tree or the chosen one, the Messiah Jesus, right here beside me. I see them mocking, taunting, gambling for his clothes with no clue that all along they were gambling on their souls. As I too am secure to this tree, and all three of us screaming in pure agony, yet I had enough in me to look up attentively to the mocking handwriting intentionally. The inscription read, "This is the King of the Jews." This was done so they could all be amused. The other thief shouted out desperately with the fuss, "Some Messiah you are, save yourself and then save us." Then I replied in a tone of disgust, "Don't you fear God? Don't you see he's receiving the same punishment as us?" My heart fully exposed at this moment, I began to realize Jesus was being crucified for my atonement. The very thing that put me on this tree began to raise up and push me to seize this opportunity. To ask him, could he see past my disappointments, regrets, failures of the sins I chose to wear as tailored regalia? Out of all that I've done, I took this chance for my freedom. I found the courage to ask Christ, "Lord, remember me when you enter into your kingdom." It seems like before I could clear my throat and blink my eyes twice, he responded by saying, "Today you will be with me in paradise."
Thank you for joining us for this installment of the 7 Last Sayings. It is our prayer that you were encouraged, inspired, and transformed by God's great love for you. Surely, this man was the Son of God. Thank you.